How do you optimize your customer's journey, drive demand, reduce churn rate, increase retention, and generate growth? Are some of the questions marketers continuously ask.
Welcome to the Customer XP Crew Weekly Podcast, where we discuss marketing strategies, tactics, ideas, experiences, invite guests and experts to help you with your marketing growth by being customer-centric. And now to this episode.
Hi, Sebastian. How you doing?
Hi, Juan. I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good. So some of the things that I've seen in marketing lately, and the one we're specializing on, is customer journey optimization. And one of the things I've seen is most companies do their marketing without being customer centric. And I think from that standpoint, it just triggers a collapse on their marketing, which also takes down the efforts on their sales, and it can translate to having a bad perception from their customers, or at least not getting the results that they want.
That's right. And I think it's funny because if we ask most business owners if they have a particular area dedicated to customer journey management, I guess the answer would be probably not. And I don't blame them because this could be like a discussion that's more relevant to these days, because when you look back, like the ways that we used to deal with customers, it was more traditional. I mean, we jump from just windows and cabinets to now all kinds of omni-channel systems, messaging, emails, social media, e-commerce, Shopify. I mean, the number of ways in that now we get to interact with customers are endless practically. So I think the question should be like, what is this customer journey? Like, really, what is it about? Why is it relevant? How can help business improve their operations funnels? And yeah, like what is the fuss about like this so-called customer journey? And they probably the first step would be to tackle the misconception that some people probably have. Like, when you talk about customer journey, people think of it as just a simple map that you draw and that is static, and you just go through it and follow simple steps. But in reality, it's something that is way more dynamic. There are things that are ever changing, and you need to keep track of all of those steps because we are dealing with human beings, like the ways that we interact with the customer, like they all depend on the channel that you are focusing the interactions that you have with your customers. So I will probably start like there, like the conception of what people or business owners might think that customer journey is.
So customer journey, at least for me, and what it means by text definition, is how does a person embark its journey when it's starting to find for a solution. So for example, let's say you want a piece of software that helps advance on manufacturing and keeps an order of your inventory, correct? So you're gonna find out first by going to Google probably, or you're gonna ask your friends around on WhatsApp or iMessage or whatever it is to get some type of referral. Or if you go to the search, you're gonna start reading some content based on whatever problem you are doing. So being that customer centric, and just by definition, the customer journey it's the journey that a customer takes when it's trying to find a solution, how it considers it, how it makes a decision to purchase that software, that product, that solution. At the end of the day, we're all buying solutions for whatever problem it is. And then once you become a client, how do you generate a positive interaction with that client? How does that company generate a good customer experience so you can retain them? Because there's no growth without customer retention. So most companies just focus on creating leads and generating leads, and you have all this terminology from lead generation to demand generation. But what about customer retention? That's also as important as lead generation, if not more important, because it's easier to sell. And if you do your marketing right, it's easier to sell to current customers because they already trust you than to get new customers. So from my standpoint as a marketer, for me, it's crucial to make sure that we take care of that buyer's journey. So that's before they become a client, but also that customer experience on when they become a client. What tools are you using? What type of communication you're getting with them as long as they are your customer. So like that, you can also get more referrals. You build advocacy from them and you grow your business. And you have multiple ways of sourcing out new leads, not only from current customers, which you can do upsells and cross sells, but also leads that are referrals generated by them and all the demand generation leads that come through the buyer's journey. So in a nutshell, as you asked, what is customer journey? Well, customer journey is that journey that the customer takes in order to find a solution, become a client of that organization, and have a great customer experience while being a customer.
Okay. And I think that pretty much sums it up. But I think like one of the questions that a business owner might get at the beginning of this process when they are inquiring about this is what kind of gaps, I mean, what kind of difficulties can you spot or can you identify in the operation process of a company that can tell you that they are in need of customer journey optimization? Because I think the question will be, okay, why do you think that I need this to my business?
Correct. So what I believe as an audit that you can do to make sure that a company is being customer centric is just look at their copy. Are they talking about themselves or are they talking about their customers? Are they talking about the features they just released or the solutions that they're doing for creating a solution for those customers through those features that they just created? Especially on SaaS companies, they say, oh, we have version 3.5 or whatever version you guys have, and these are the new features that we have. And it's not about the features, it's about how you make my life as a customer easier, because at the end of the day, that's what I buy, the solution you're bringing to me. So adding value to that solution, creating community, that enhances my customer experience. So it is harder for me to leave that organization because of all the other things that it brings. So by creating a product that listens to its customers, the features built are customer centric based on research from their own customers, and talking about these features from a customer's perspective and not from an ego perspective as a company. Like, we do this, we created this feature, we are so good at this. No, it's about how this feature really benefits me as a user, how this makes my life easier. Does it cut down the minutes that I spend doing X task, or Does it make me communicate with a larger crowd, or whatever it is that it's optimizing in my operations and how it makes my life easier is what it counts. And that's why people are going to love a tool. So it's huge to have that perception of being customer centric and putting yourself first in your customer's shoes, so you really know if it's something viable, good, and necessary to really say, okay, is my company customer centric? Is my company having my customer in mind? And again, one of the easiest things to do is just look at their ads and the copy and the content being published.
You have to make your customer the main character of your brand, the hero of your story. I think like some of the most successful campaigns in the last years have been the ones that I mean they create a new product or a new feature and they just hand it over to a regular customer and let's see what you can do with it. Like for example, the camera businesses, like okay, we develop a new type of technology, we have this camera, so they look for experts or even aficionados who are just into photography. Okay, here's our new camera, please go and try the new features, and so people can see for themselves how this brand is helping them out, helping them solve these issues. So I think the old ways of just showcasing a product and bragging about its marvelous, amazing benefits are all in the past.
Correct. We're bombarded with information every day. If you open your Instagram and you're just scrolling, you're bombarded with ads and influencers pushing out products, and your own friends are pushing out products or restaurants and all stuff. So it's a huge amount and overload of information nowadays, where being customer centric and niche. So if you make a feature and it solves it for a particular niche or a small group within an industry, that's going to take you further, because once you grow in that niche, you can take it to and expand it to other parts of that industry. So for example, if your product or service or solution or software, whatever it is, helps out, let's say, architects, or in our case, SaaS companies, later on we can see if we can help other type of technology companies, or if it's based on engineers and architects, then you can jump out to engineers. So because they are relatable, but you have to niche first so you can really understand the needs of a smaller group, become a good solution for that small group that is very comprehensive and really understands their pain points, and you create the solutions for those pain points. And after that, and optimizing and really conquering that niche market, you can start expanding.
And what would you say would be like the how can we make the difference between, because some business owners they might say, okay, are we talking about sales strategies because we have a sales funnel, or we have a digital marketing funnel, or we already have a customer experience map drawn, but they are not really like seeing like in a holistic way how everything is connected and why the customer journey is like the bigger picture, you know?
Remember that customer journey, it's every touch point a company has with its customer, even from before they become a customer. So even when they're prospects to when they become customers, every piece of email they get, the invoice, the project status, any type of information and communication that goes out to the customer is a touch point. And when we make touch points, we mean experience. because at the end of the day, every touch point is an experience with that brand. So we have to make sure that at every point, you're conceiving a relationship that adds value and really entices a happy place for that customer. And if there's some type of negative emotion there, you have a resolution process in order for them to continue the relationship with you on a happy place. So going back to your question, is every single operation, detail, action, task is a touch point with its customer. So when you look at the grand scale of a business, you have to really map out all your interaction points and see how can you make it better for your soon to be customers and your actual customers, and create systems that generate that positive vibe among them. So you are always their top of mind and you become more than just a vendor, you become an asset to them.
You have to make the experience as seamless as possible.
Yeah, just like talking with friends, you want to make it so familiar, so cool, so personal, so touching, yet professional, and deliver a solution so that you're always on par with your customer. But the main point here, and what most companies fail, or once they start growing, they start failing, it's because they start forgetting about customers. When they're small, it's easier because you have less amount of customers and you have your workforce more open to taking care of these people. But once you start growing, the number of customers just become a number, not a person. And at the end of the day, who's purchasing is a person. So we want to make sure that as companies, that human factor is always in place.
And from your perspective, which one would you think is the industry that could benefit the most with a customer journey optimization?
Well, as I said before, Sebastian, we're focused on SaaS companies, but that doesn't mean other industries should not do it. Now, we only focus on SaaS because we really like technology. We love what we do. We think solutions that really can create a huge scale, and it's a technological solution. So adding that human factor to it really adds that value. And that's where we come in, is how can we increase that branding and adding that value from actually making this brand human as possible, because that's the end result of what we do. We try to make, especially technology companies, which people, their customers might think, oh, it's a robot or it's a machine doing this, which yes, that's true. But there's also people coding these solutions for their customers. And that's what we're trying to do, get those insights from the customers, so those developers create solutions that are the features needed and are preferred by that niche market. And then we help out also generating demand based on all those pain points that are not only told to our customers, but that we also find out through a research, through questioning, through seeing industry reports and all that kind of stuff. And then we take a strategic approach to help them out on not just creating a buyer's journey and help them generate qualified leads that say once they are turned over to the sales team, they're easier to convert because they are well informed. They like the service and the product that is being sold online as a tool. And then from a customer experience, we add those human factors to make sure that customers stay, or at least they feel heard, and that those interaction points really add value to these clients. But that does not stop only for SaaS companies. This applies from hotels, restaurants, retailers, engineers, architects, plumbers, HVAC technicians, anything you just can name, it's part of this solution. All companies should be customer centric. At the end of the day, whoever pays your bills, it's the customer.
And is there like, do you think is there such thing as perfect, already optimized customer journey map that is suitable for any kind of SaaS business operation, or it all depends and it's something that is always changing according to the business and the dynamic of the business and the nature of it?
That's a really good question. I think every business is different. So, for example, we are a customer journey optimization marketing agency, which a lot of people would just say, "Oh, you're just a marketing agency," and we might say yes, but we're specialized on customer journey optimization. So, just by that little point being more clear and us specializing on that, our whole realm or our focus changes completely from any other marketing agency, because we focus on just one particular thing, and it's enhancing the customer journey that a company has. So we can work with the existing marketing department a company has, for example, and really take care of whatever their needs are and really coach them and help them and aid them on how we can enhance together that customer journey. So for us, it's more of a collaboration, and you can say for many other businesses as well. So for example, a mechanic that focuses just on BMWs and not Hondas, they do the same thing, yet they focus on different brands, and that makes them specific, which means their customers are completely different. So the same thing with us, with any other industry. And I make reference to us because it's easy, because obviously I know what we do. And it's easier for me to explain on creating a parallel comparison on marketing agencies.
And that it also I mean, it sets a completely different conversation right from the beginning. When you start the conversation with your customer, your potential customer, the fact that you are customer journey optimization center, it already gives a kind of like playbook for the conversation that you're going to start with your customer. I mean, they already know what they're going for, and it's already a focus conversation of what you're going to get into, to specialize in.
Yeah, absolutely. So some people think, oh, you're just narrowing your path, but by narrowing, you're focusing. So if you take a wide angle lens with a camera, yeah, your angle of view is completely almost 180, probably 170, 160. So yes, you can grab more landscape. While if you take a telephoto lens or a zoom lens and you go all the way narrower, and you just, or a macro lens, and you just focus on one little thing, you can see more details. The same thing works with companies if you focus. It's not about
I think
leaving an untapped market. It's about really becoming customer centric and one, understanding those needs, and then start jumping into other niches that will add a that your solution adds value to those niches for as well. I'm sorry.
absolutely, and I think one good example could be like some of the most traditional businesses that try to go digital now because they they feel the need to go digital, and they have no idea how to approach this. They just come by and they get an agency and they say, okay, what can you do for me? I need marketing. So do marketing for me, and that's it. And that interaction right there gives room for a number of frictions that might happen along the way, and it's like a certainty that they are going to happen because if the customer is not 100% clear on what he knows, that he needs something, but he's not even sure what he needs. But when you are laser focused on customer journey, your client is already on a conversation that he knows he needs this. Even if he doesn't have like 100% scope or the full reach that customer that optimizing your customer journey can get, but it's already a center and laser focused conversation, and that is a huge advantage for me.
Yeah, I think what you say is very valuable. I think companies should really value their customers, because at the end of the day, I said it a few minutes ago, they are the ones who pay our bills. They are the ones that provide us with jobs. They are the ones that give us that reason of existence or being in business. So if we really take that internally and comprehend that, it's like, okay, they're the bloodline of our business, and without customers there's no business. So why not be customer centric? Even if you're big and your solution becomes huge and it's top of the market, don't get greedy. Actually get better, focus more, add more value. And that's what I think most companies lose the scope once they start growing.
And last but not least, what would you say to someone who is reluctant, who might be reluctant to get in customer journey optimization because they tell you they are already making good numbers?
I think there's always room for improvement. And if you do a customer survey on how they are perceived by their clients, I bet there's some things that they can improve on. A company is a combination of the people's effort who are within. So, and we're not flawless. There's no perfect human being, and there's no perfect organization. So there's always room for improvement. Even us as consultants taking them through customer journey optimization, we will always find out that what we are doing can be improved time over time over time over time over time. And it's a continuous cycle, because as you develop a new solution for a stated need, now you can enhance that new solution by doing something a little bit better. And then you can do that a little bit better. And once you iterate a couple of times, every time, then it's an endless possibility. You see iPhones coming out every year, new cameras, new technology, face recognition. Now we're having concerns with NFCs and stealing our data. So there's always things coming up. And and companies should be on par not only on technology, but on service to make sure that their clients are taken care of any solution that it can be provided. And that can only be done if you start asking your customers for feedback.
Yeah, it's like we need to make a shift um, in our mindsets, that instead of just staring of what you have accomplished, like take a look at the bigger picture and see like the potential for all the things that you could do. And now, and especially because we're talking about customer centric experiences, like now we have the advantage that your customers, they tell you how can you help them more, like what else can you do. Your customers are right there, because now you have all the tools that you can think of to track that, like surveys, review system that now are very highly popular now. So you have all the channels available to know what your customer thinks, so you need to make use of that.
Yeah. And I think as part of a strategy, and this is just a tip for anybody that comes across this content, just look at Capterra or any of these review sites and look at your own reviews and see what you're missing. Go to your Google reviews if you have any and see what you're missing. Also make sure that what you're doing good, you double down on that and make it better. And check your competitors. What are they doing good? What are some of the things that their customers are saying that they're not doing good? And make sure you're not doing them as well.
Right, yes, this has been like definitely, I bet it has been definitely very insightful for everyone who listens to this content and might have like some grasp of idea of customer journey. But and it's also great to realize that it's part of an even bigger conversation that I really hope we can get we get to continue in more on a more regular basis.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we always want people to join us, and hopefully some of this content is very valuable. And this is part of our customer journey optimization from our end as a company, also to whoever's listening to us. We're trying to generate, if you look at it from a strategic approach, you're trying to generate awareness by providing valuable content. And this is just an example of it.
Right, like every single, because content is one of the pillars that are central into a optimized customer journey.
Correct. It's remember it's every touch point, and this is just the beginning of a touch point to whoever might come across this type of content when they see it. So from our company, this is just a glimpse of how they embark in that buyer's journey. They become aware that, hey, marketing exists. How can they help us? They start considering us. They might book a call with us. And then they jump on the call. We add some value if they perceive it. And if we do, then we start a new relationship as customer and provider. And from there, we have to make sure that it's human across. And the same thing we do with our customers is how can we generate a buyer's journey that it's pleasable, that it supplies all those tools and needs and content and material that really hones down on those customer needs when they're looking for them. And then from a customer journey perspective, when they become an actual client, it's how you enhance that experience. And that's another topic to talk about probably on another episode.
Yeah, and it sounds like really interesting, and I can't wait to hear more.
Awesome. Well, we want to hopefully welcome you guys to this podcast that we're going to be doing continuously every week. And the idea is for us to make sure that you learn from a customer journey optimization perspective. How can you implement some of these insights into your company and have more productivity, enhance their experience, and at the end of the day, make your life easier and your customers' life easier.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. See you next time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Looking forward to be here again in the future.